Hello everybody. Today we are going to be talking about fractions. Okay. Now here's a number line, okay, with our numbers to 5 on it. The bit we're going to be looking at today is the bit between 0 and 1. Hang on a minute. You're thinking, Mrs. O'Connor, there's nothing between 0 and 1. 1 is the first number. And you're right. It is the first whole number, okay? But it is made up of little bits. Okay, so if this is number 1, this is my number 1, and I cut my number 1, divide my number 1 into little bits, those little bits are fractions. Okay, so a number 1 is always made up of fractions. And no matter how many bits you have, when you put it all back together, it should make 1. Okay, so we've learned fractions are bits of things, bits of 1. Okay, and it doesn't matter if that's the number 1 or 1 cake or 1, could this be snake? Okay, if we cut it up, it's always part of the whole thing, and the whole thing is always number 1. Okay, now we have to write this down, and if we write it down in words, it takes a long time. So, because we're talking about maths, we can write it down in numbers, right? The first number, the number at the bottom, is called the denominator. Can you say that? Way down. Denominator. Because it's down, it's on the bottom. The denominator tells us how many bits we have in total. So how many pieces we have to make that one whole. The numerator, numerator, is the number on the top. And that tells me how many bits I have. Okay, so in this piece I have 1 bit, but there are 2 to make the whole. Okay, we know we call this a half. That's where the word comes from. That's where the symbol comes from. Okay. The other important thing about doing numbers and doing fractions is we have to be accurate. No wishy-washy guessing. Okay, we have got to be accurate. And mums and dads, if you want to see just how accurate your children can be when they're making fractions, try this. Take a cake or pizza, anything, and say to one child, they need to cut it in half, but the other child is going to take their piece first. You will be amazed how quickly and how accurately they can cut something in half. My children suddenly learn to cut things into quarters extremely fast. Okay, so this is my whole. Let's call it a cake because I quite like cake. Okay. If I folded it in half, which means I have 2 pieces, but only 1 piece is showing. Okay. If the denominator has changed. It's changed from 2 to 4. That's because I need 4 pieces of this size to turn it into a whole. So the denominator tells you how many pieces we've got all together, but the numerator tells you how many pieces you have, or how many pieces are coloured in. Sometimes we do it like that, okay? So I have 2 quarters. It is the same as 1/2. Okay, but the number on the bottom is 4 because there are 4 pieces. So that means, this is strange because this is not like whole numbers. The bigger the denominator, the number on the bottom, the smaller the bit you get. So if I had 1/2, 2, I am going to get more than if I had 1/4 with the 4 on the bottom, because I need to make more bits out of it, and I'm still only going to get one of those bits. Okay, so the bigger the denominator, the smaller piece I get. So if I was going to share my cake between 3 people, I would get quite a bit. I would get 1/3, 3 bits. I was going to share it with 16 people, I am just going to get the tiniest slither of cake, because I have to make sure it's fair and everybody gets the same, and 16 people is a lot of people, so I would only get 1/16 of the cake. This is the other thing I want to talk to you about. This is a half. So you're thinking, oh, I know what a half looks like. A half looks like a semicircle. Easy peasy. Not all fractions look the same. Let me show you. This is a half too. It's half of this. Okay, so that is a half and that is a half, and they look completely different. That's because the whole thing was different to start with. It's still just one. We didn't add any more on, but it's a different one. Okay, and if I fold this, I get a 1/4. And if I fold this, I get a 1/4. Hang on a minute. This 1/4 is bigger than this 1/4. But they're both quarters. Why is that? You're getting it. It depends how big the thing is to start with. It's still one, but it could be a great big birthday cake, or it could be a nice little cupcake. I'm still going to get a 1/4. I'm still going to get my fair share, but my share is not going to be so much because my one wasn't so big with the cupcake. Okay, so you have some tasks to do around the fractions. Look out for fractions of things, and remember, sharing is caring. So learning to cut things into equal fractions is important. See you later. Bye.